All right. So we had Nasdaq coming into that area I outlined on the daily chart, which was this area here, coming right into it, kind of rejecting there. Let's go ES here. See what ES is doing. ES is kind of cooking up past that point, but it's got a different structure, so probably should get those areas marked off as well. All right, stream is good. Yeah. Let me get rid of this. Let me get ES all cleaned up here. I don't know why it shows like a completely different chart when I change. Okay. All right, so it definitely looks like we're trying to cook up here, right? Looks like probably up into this area here. Let's go mark that area off. I spent decent time reviewing your live stream prep from last night and price following your hunch to the T with upside move to hopefully reject later. Yeah. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, it definitely is what I wish I would have stayed in this trade. I got out like right when it popped up there, I exited. Kind of almost wish I would have stayed in it now. Yeah, so that's what we got here, guys. We got in this area is definitely where price is trying to go to, which is it looks like it's really far away, but it's really not. It's only 20 points, so it looks super far, doesn't it? Yeah, it's only 20 points away. So on ES, let's see how far away it is on Nasdaq. Yeah, Nasdaq it's 100 points away, so quite a ways away. Okay, so we have this area that's coming into right now. If we go to the daily chart, take a look at it. Like, what's the daily candle likely to do at this point? I think he's likely to retrace back down, take out the previous day's low. Yeah, just looking at it, unless it just like is going to cook up, but I don't think that's likely here. Looking at the daily chart, I think that candle's likely to go below that, back below that candle, closing that gap there. So does it go all the way back up into this area first and then do that? I don't know. I almost feel like no. You know, I stayed up late, got caught in the post 5 a.m. chop after capturing some of London up. Did you? Yeah, when I pulled up the chart, I was like, thank God I didn't trade this because it definitely just chopped best, huh? Okay, so 15 minutes till open. I think it's probably better to be patient here and not chase this, but it's tempting to short it here. Well, we do have, some areas like this area right here. But just based off the daily chart alone, I don't think price is likely to go any higher. Let's go to 4 hours, take a look at it. Yeah. We do have gaps up here though. So in previous days closed all the way down here. So we're gonna likely open up with a gap below us, which will be good for price to draw back down towards as well. So you'll have that as well. With this area down here need to be redelivered in a downtrend. So I think it's all kind of like leaning a little bit bearish here. Yeah, like always, man. So we'll just we gotta be patient, wait for the setup to form, wait for the easy money, guys. We just want to wait for the easy, really easy, noticeable money to make, right? So we don't need a lot, right? We don't need a lot of points. If we just like kind of like what we did on the last stream, just wait for the easy money situation kind of to form. That's my plan here. Yeah, it looks like something like this, kind of very similar. We're like pulling up, and then it just kind of rolls over and dumps. So it's kind of like, should I short it here? Should I wait? Let's see if there's a low time frame cracking correlation at least. Yeah, so we do have it there, 911. So you even have the cracking correlation with it there. Hmm. Choices, choices, choices. The game of trading is just a bunch of choices, really, is what it comes down to, I think. All right. Hey, what's up, Beans? I'm gonna pull the trigger here and see if it's gonna like start expanding down, give me a little bit of breathing room before the opening. If it doesn't, then I'll cut it. But I think it's worth it to risk a little bit of my profits from last trade to see if it plays out. If it goes above that high, obviously I'm out. We do have some areas there that probably. Yeah, if it wasn't for the daily chart, I wouldn't. Yeah, never mind. All right, we tried. I tried. So there's another cracking correlation there. I'll try it one more time. Because it'd be such a sick trade if it starts expanding downward. Just need ES to stop pushing up and start pushing down here. But if it doesn't give me enough room before the opening, then I'll cut it. Because I need some space, right? So there's lots of areas that it could need to come into. Like this one specifically, this one. It's kind of a risky trade because the AOTA beans, because the market structure is bullish all the way around. But we'll see what happens here. Got 10 minutes till the opening. We have a gap below us. We're going to open up with a gap. You know, this is yesterday's close, so that means we'll open up with RTH gap lower. You know, looking at the daily chart, doesn't seem like to me it's going to lock in time yet. Doesn't seem like it's going to expand upwards to me. I feel like this is just going to end up being the wick of the day, and then it goes back below the previous day's low. So we'll see what happens though. Try not to predict it, be more reactive, and roll with the punches. All right, get this mic up out of my. Look, I keep smacking my mic with my hand. There we go. How's everyone doing? Y'all having an alright trading morning? Let me let everyone know I'm live, even though I tried to tag everybody. Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. Caught a nice little move already. Just took a small loss though. So I entered in long from this area right here, caught that move up, which was pretty nice. And I just tried to short it and took a stop out, but I'm about to make that up right here. All right, so we're cooking down lower, giving me some space between the opening as predicted. Very nice. I'm going to scale out though, as always. I don't ever really change from my scale out protocol. You know, I do it pretty much no matter what. All right, so I'm gonna take one off right there. It's 1.5 R. Lock it in. So now it's risk-free trade, you know, which I couldn't ask for a better situation. So it's exactly what I wanted here. So now I got a risk-free. It could be a huge trade, right? I got a huge risk-free trade, which is fucking amazing. Which is a beautiful thing. Yeah, very sexy, very nice. All right, definitely can see it coming down, at least down into here, right? Because we're gonna open up with a big RTH gap here. So let's put yesterday's close on our chart here. So I'm gonna put the 4 p.m. price and then as well as the actual close. I like having them both on my chart. So the 4 p.m. Closing price would be right here. And then the actual where it actually closed would be, looks like it'd be that candle right there. So be there. A little bit of little bit of difference between them, not much. So we'll open up with a big RTH gap. So be curious to see how it plays out. I just went in one contract, 190, need to scale out and start. Yeah, you definitely got to, man. Yeah, no, that's a good thing to be worried about, yeah. But you think going in with 2 contracts is more risk, but it if you don't scale out, it is, right? But if you scale out with Nasdaq, most of the time you'll get the scale out. Not all the time, but most of the time you'll get it, man. It just takes practice to get used to it. Kind of got to learn to accept the risk. Yeah, I normally wouldn't take a trade before the opening. I usually don't do that, but I'm pretty confident in the situation here. And um, yeah, I even took it not once, but twice. So it's kind of unusual for me. So I definitely get your reservations around it, bro. I definitely feel you on it. So let's say even if uh it stops me out here, it's probably not going to stop me out there. Honestly, it's probably going to stop me out wherever it takes a break for a second. So that's the risk with the trading views stop outs. They don't really trigger where they're supposed to. I should really put a stop limit order there is what I should do. So I don't get raped. Oops, not that one. Dum dum. Yeah, there we go. Because you use a stop limit, sometimes they won't trigger though. So it's like you know, definitely would like some more room here. I would like it to be like somewhere down in here. That would be a little bit better. And so far, so good though. Except for we do have a cracking correlation here in these two. And ES looks a little bit more bullish than Nasdaq. It didn't really have like a very big move up there, kind of muted. So I'm not a big fan of the cracking correlation. Yeah, it could. Definitely could. Like a swing high, putting a swing high up here, yeah. Or it might not drop at all. It could cook. It's got a redelivery up, so it's got a reason to go up there. So it might not drop at all. This is the level we predicted last night, right? This is the level that I predicted price would reject from last night. Because if we go to the daily chart, yeah, the plan was that. Oops, just messed up my chart. Lock that bitch down. That would predicted like it would close that in, and we'd see it, this candle go back down and end up being a bearish candle. So we'll see if it plays out here. All right, and definitely not as much room as I wanted. Okay, so stopped out right there, got me out. Okay, risk-free trade. I still made a little bit on it, not a whole bunch, but I still made some on it. So we have this area, and then this area here is the next two areas. So it's probably going to come up into this area here. Remember, we're trying to get that easy money, the easy money trades. So anyway, ES doesn't really have any areas here that it needs to other than up there. I guess you could say like maybe that low there. Let's mark off that low. And then we have possibly that area, but it looks like it already been touched into a little bit. Yeah, it's already been kind of redelivered there, so we'll see what's up with it. So yeah, it's already knocked that one out. So if it comes up into here and like rejects, we'll short it from there. And then obviously up here, the half back of that area would be gold. At the opening though, it's likely to that's a broad information there. All right, so there we go. Opening, we got pretty close to it. Not quite as close as I would have wanted. And it's probably just gonna rock it down now. Oh, that sucks. Maybe a little bit tilty, a little bit tilty. Was it within the number of ticks for the SMC soup? Latest low. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, very close to it, right? Yeah, I would say so. It did just take it out though. I'm very tempted just to jump in here, but that's 20 points, so it's not viable. So that's sort of like a slight run on pre-market setup there. So wait for this 1 minute candle to close. And then if price comes back up into that red line there, I'll pull the trigger. All right, so I'm short there. Kind of a very calm opening here, which is a little bit suspect. Don't really trust that. So ES went lower there, but so NQ's not really going with it, which is very suspect. See if we can get some expansion down here. I do like how it closed that in. That's very good. All right, and scale out right there. Lock it in. Risk-free trade. I was about to just push the exit button. I don't like that's popping back up. Question is if it's trying to do the broadening formation, like you have the higher high, lower low, is it going to try to make another higher high? ES going lower there. NQ just not participating though for whatever reason. There we go. Come on. Drop it like it's hot. There we go. All right, beautiful. So if we go to RTH hours here, very different story, right? Very different. Big ass gap. So let's see that bitch get filled. Easy money, guys. Super easy, low risk, like no risk because I scaled out. So free money trade. All right, very good. All right, so I'm about at max profit for the count, so I'm probably gonna close this here in a second, and that will be it. Wrap it up. All right, there it is. All right, done. We'll see y'all later. Any questions on that before we wrap it up? Yeah. Okay. So let's go back in time here. Okay, so first we have to look at the daily chart, right? Looking at the daily chart, we have this area, we had this zone here, and then we had the daily wick there. So the plan was to see it go into the daily wick and then end up being a bearish candle. So I expect this to continue downwards and become a bearish candle, taking out the low here. That was the plan we made last night. And then see if I can get it to look right. Okay, so and then my entry is based off of really simple redelivery here. That we had this candle open, right? It dropped down, but leaving in a gap, pretty much like an open loop on a lower time frame. And understanding that when it closed in that and tapped into this wick here, after it tapped into this area here, it just seemed like an easy trade, right? That I expect this to expand downward, entering in there, putting my stop right above there. So my risk was only like 7 points on the trade. Scale out. Let me turn on my execution so you guys can see. All right. So I went long from there, scaled out, exited, tried the short there, exited one contract, exited the second, and then we have the short entry here. So you can see I entered right there, sold 2 contracts, scaled out one right there. So 89 to 81, scale out 7 points. Yeah, you might be better off watching the recording. I recorded it, bro. But it tapped into there, closed in that like low time frame. I understand that this is like it's hard to see on the replay here. Let me go back a little bit more. So let's see if we can get it to act right here. Yeah, so we went down, right? So then I said if it closes us in, comes back into the red line, I'll short it. I'll take a crack at it to see if it's going to expand downward. And then boom, it tapped it perfectly. So I just, as soon as it tapped into there, pulled the trigger, stop went up there. Let's go to Tradeabate because I can actually show you on the replay. 6. Okay, we'll see if this works here. I got it all set up for the wrong thing. That's not gonna work, dude. Because I got it set up to look for maybe it'll work. It just won't be candles. Let me see if I can change it real quick. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I think it's about to see if my trades show up there. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, right? So this is where I identified the button information because it's about to stop me out of that position I was in. My trades aren't showing up though, so broad information like that. Come on. It won't work. Anyways, you get the point. Yeah, you got it. Yes. So if you just think about structure as let me exit this. If you think about yeah, see it's doing exactly what we thought it would. So if you think about the structure, like it redelivered perfectly right here, right? So it redelivered there perfectly. So closed in that loop. You just gotta think about the redelivery rules and everything. Just take it to a lower time frame. Now you can be pretty certain it's probably gonna close the gap, and you have to watch out for like this level here though, and like some of these other levels. Like Asia openings down there as well. So you got some room here. But it probably, this could be on there. But you scaled out. How'd you feel about it? It's much better, right? It takes all the risk off the table. It's risk free, bro. There's nothing more powerful you can do, in my opinion, in terms of like you're reducing risk completely off the table, like and still getting the upside to it. I don't think there's anything more powerful than that, but people don't like to do it because the greed aspect. So right here, right, we have a low time frame open loop here. So if it comes up into this wick here and rejects that, that's probably not a bad trade if it gets that far. Yeah, right. That's probably not a bad trade. I don't know if it's gonna go though that far. Yeah, I got a nice form that early. Yeah, it does help me to learn to do. Yeah, yeah. You just need to make sure that you're scaling out and using this tool here. So, like, let's say you entered in there, and your stop goes there. Just make sure you're doing it at the right point. Like over 1 point. Anything over 1.1 is probably okay, but better to be at like 1.3, 1.5. if you don't do that, that's when scaling out can hurt you. I think that's why there's a lot of confusion around it. Because if you don't do it, like people are like, but it messes up my risk to reward ratio. Well, not if you do it at the right point, but you have to kind of fight yourself. Yeah. Which Nasdaq loves to give it up. It gives that all the time, all day. It gives that. Um, but there's a lot of people that will throw shade on it for whatever because they still understand the math. It's basic math. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go, Beans. Yeah, yeah, me too. Yeah, so I literally can't make any more profit. I need to actually get rid of some of this. There we go. Yeah, you will win more. And we did the math on stream that one time with Corbin, and it was like crazy math. Like you have to take 60% less trades or something by doing it because of how much it increases your likelihood of collecting more points, winning less. I mean, taking less losses. It's just all the way around a win-win. Yeah, 60% less trades, which is crazy. Yeah, it is. It shows the power of it, and it's really slept on. And getting people to do it's another thing, though. People don't like to do it because it messes with your greed. Because you start thinking about it's just a mental game. It's just all a mental game, bro. That's the issue with it. Is you start thinking about how many points you could have had if you didn't scale out, and becomes like this greed trap. But for me, I don't go into tilt near as often as if I'm doing that. So you did have a cracking correlation here. It might try to pull up to here and then go lower. Because you do have the open loop there. Yeah, it does, right? Means huge prevention of tilt. No, there it goes. Yeah, so I would expect it to fill in the gap here, and we start looking at the daily candle. It's starting to become more. See, now it looks totally different situation. Now it looks like okay, this could become a bearish move down. I would expect it to compress down lower into this. I should have went with SPX options. I probably should have done that. A little late now. They're too expensive now. Yeah, so we're almost to the gap fill. So yeah, it's about 200-point move, 180. If I was in a funded account, I'd probably still be in it. Maybe not. I probably would have exited on the one time framing. Kind of tricky to do. Probably would have exited here, probably actually, if I was still in it. Re-added there. That's probably maybe a win in there. It's hard to say though. All right, any other questions, guys? Pretty. I just want to come in, get my money, and get out. That's to make it easy peasy. Yeah, for sure, Beans. What's up, man? No, I don't think so. I do it all the time, bro. I don't think so. I do it all the time, dude. Yeah, I don't think so. Because if you think about like I failed two to pass one. You do the math on that, it's like $200, right? Um, $300, and then the time that it takes me to do that is like a week and a half. So I was actually about to do it. I got like $600 in my account that I was kind of thinking about now. So I don't think it is. Just try not to let it get to your head that you spent the money on it. That's where it can become problematic. Hey, appreciate that, man. Is the first bear candle wick before the drop the candle before those two dojis? What? Yeah, that's how I think of it too, Beans. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was this right here, dude. You can't really see it now because right now it doesn't look. Let me go to Tradeabate so I can drop down. I just refuse to pay trade. I'm not paying Trading Views fucking $90 for that shit anymore. It's just fucking ridiculous. You can't see it unless you drop down though. Okay. It's just freeze on me. That's cool. There we go. A virtual assistant. What is that? Ah, that's the lame. Okay, let me hold on one second. This thing is such a this platform is just such delete that. There we go. Okay, so it's right here. Let me drop down a little bit more. Yeah, so right here, now you can see it, right? I just know what this looks like on a lower time frame. I know that that drop there created like this open loop, and then that's where I entered at was right here. So you just can't see it. I just already know from experience that that once this wick came in and closed this in, that it was going to create like a close of a loop. Yeah, so that's where I entered in at. And you can see exactly what it's doing once support turned resistance. Right here you had resistance, it closed it in. It kind of went in deep into it, but that's all right. It won't let me clone that for whatever reason. Then you have it right here. Once support is being flipped into resistance, then this area is open here. Well, it did go to there. So, um, yeah, you have all these trades right here. These really easy money trades right here, man. We're just beautiful trend down. Very easy. Even right here is pretty close to that right there. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. No, that's not. That's the This is the second one that I pointed out, but the first one is all the way up. It's at the top there. I'm sure you posted that a minute ago, but even this one's like really close to that low right there. But you guys know where it's going now, so if you hadn't made any money yet, you just get in on one of these retracements. The longer you wait, the higher risk of a larger reversal, but pretty clear. Any other questions, guys? I really want to do this is like just show you guys like you don't have to sit here all day. Like especially at high volatility, like you just get in, get out, and just be done. Easy money trades, low risk, scale out, bam, wham, bam, and done. Oh, nice, bro. That's hella good. Yeah, you should be. So should be happy. Yeah, you should be good. That's good profit, bro. Now the key is can you the rest of the day can you stay out the market? That's the question. That's the hard part. That's a skill that takes to lock it out, yeah. If you can. I wonder what Bullnox is gonna do when they shut down Project X. Oh, there you go. So like that wick up there is closing in that loop. You guys see that? So there's a low time frame loop there. It's attempted to close in. Didn't quite reach it, but attempted to close in that loop. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, back to rhythmic, I guess. I'm cool with it though. I like rhythmic. It doesn't bother me. But if you're not used to it, it's gonna bother you. Yeah, so there it goes, closing in that. That's a good trade right there. Yeah, I don't mind that app. That app is how I quit my job. Without that rhythmic app, I wouldn't have been able to quit my job. There's no fucking way. I tried every fucking way to like trade on Ninja Trader for my job, and I couldn't do it. So I really like that app. That app allowed me to quit my job. Without it, I wouldn't have been able to. But there's no way to trade them. There wasn't no connections to Tradeovate or TradingView yet or Tradeovate. So without that, yeah, it would be straight fucked. Yeah, kind of a higher risk situation here, but I think that I would have entered in there if I wasn't in the market. Expecting expansion downward. Yeah, there it goes. So you guys see how it closes in these low time frame loops? Yeah, me too. Me too. It's such a pain in the ass back in the day just to even get the platform going. Such a pain. They make it pretty easy now. Yeah, because we're really close to filling that gap. It's overshot that balance area. The only thing is that you have NQ hasn't taken these out yet, while ES has. But you could already scaled out. If you enter there, you already should have scaled out. You're up 20 points, 25 points. So you enter there, you scale out, risk-free trade. Let this work. It's easy money right there, dude. Super easy money. Yeah, you're already almost at a 3-hour trade already. There he goes. Boom. 5-hour trade and cooking. All right, so there's a little bonus for you guys if you guys hadn't taken a trade. Yeah, they're really frequent and they're pretty high odds. Yeah. But you just have to realize that eventually you're going to get a bigger retracement up. So you just have to be aware of that at some point that is going to happen. But if you scale out, it should protect you from that because like one candle is like plenty of, they're 20, 30 point candles. So if you scale out, it protects you from the bigger push. Because even this move right here doesn't look like much, but you enter there, it's 35 points. It's quite a bit of money. One time framing now. It actually never quit one time frame. It's been one time framing, hasn't stopped at all. Yeah, very easy money there. Right? Yeah. No, it's never games. People always like assume it's like the algorithm trying to fuck you over. It's not, dude. You're just in the way. That's all it is. It never is trying to like I don't think there's any games shenanigans like that. I think CME makes way too much money off of order flow alone. Like they don't have a reason to do that shit. They make so much money just off of buying and selling, market making. No reason to do any shenanigans. Forex maybe. Yeah, there's the gap fill right there, guys. So called it. So there you guys, 180 points, guys. So what's up? What's up? Ain't nobody else doing this. No one else is doing this, guys. So guarantee that. Know that. And now if you look at the daily candle, what do we got? Oh, almost bearish. Jeff, you crack me up. Jeff bust out. Where's the turkey at, bro? No turkey in the morning? You know, it does work. I don't think it's going to break that low, but yeah. Yeah, waiting for unicorns and I for Philly taps. Yeah, for real. You already know that. Well, no inversion fair value gaps this morning though, eh? No, they're straight out of luck, bro. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do, bro? Liquidity run. To run liquidity. Why you crying, Bean? So I think why you crying, bro? Oh, you feel like you missed out on the trade? Oh, I don't feel that way, bro. Oh, is another one? Oh, the turkey. Yeah, I know, Jeff. We're missing the turkey, bro. You make some eggs and turkey. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, yeah. Like, there's a lot of you guys here that aren't in the chat. Like, don't be shy, guys. That's what's up. Don't be shy, guys. Watching, learning. Good, good. And there goes through the gap, as expected here. So it should continue down into this gap, I would suspect. Damn, I should have went in with SPX options, Eric. I would have been fucking up. I don't know why I didn't think about it. It just didn't even cross my mind. I'd be up big right now. Cooking. So I don't know if I'm gonna reset my funded account or I don't know. I might just wait. Maybe try to make the money to do it uh with Bitcoin. Maybe see if I can do that, or I'll just wait for this one to activate this one. Alrighty, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up, and I'll see you guys maybe tonight. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, for sure, man. I got you guys. We'll come in tomorrow. Maybe we'll do like an Asia session prep for yeah, this is recorded, yeah. I'll post in the recorded section as soon as we're done here. Yeah, I definitely go back and watch the opening because I caught a move right off the jump there. Hey, will do. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Peace out.